What's up, CroatianSports.com nation? Ante Kvartuć here with his two best buddies, Mr. Ante Zorić, the number two.
Yes,
The number two, what do you got? The little Crnovino there action?
that's right. Little red
Uh,
wine after work.
yep, you guys all know Mr. Zorić, one of the biggest Croatian jersey collectors on planet Earth, as you can see behind him. A huge Hajdukovac here in Los Angeles. We'll talk about that season on another pod, but my condolences. And then we got Mr. Croatian Sports social media manager Christian Rasic. What's up, buddy? How's it going?
Doing great. Couldn't be better after today.
I mean, guys, we always struggle in qualifying. There's always some excuses. There's always something dumb. I hate these summer games, like right before they go on summer break and they go hit the yacht parties and everything. It always makes me nervous. But 7-0 against Gibraltar. Okay, Gibraltar. But second best team in the group, a very respected Czech Republic, Czechia. Zoric, what was your biggest takeaway this week against Gibraltar and Czechia, where it kind of went, wow, like what's going on with this Croatia team?
I think just we just put out a big statement saying this is our group, you know? I mean, what, 12 goals in 2 games? I mean, it was kind of expected to beat Gibraltar, but to beat this Czech team by 4 goals, I think I read today was their second or third worst loss in history. So we gave them a good beating. I mean, they've always been a traditionally a strong team. So
Czechs are good. I mean, they make almost every Euro. They're always there in qualifying. We
I
played.
do know I do know we played 4 games against them before, and we had 2 wins and 2 ties. So we did have a good record against them coming in traditionally, which is always nice. You feel like you have a little edge. But I mean, we saw in the first half, we started out really well, the first 10, 15, but then the momentum kind of swung their way.
I mean, we're the better team on paper. We're the better team on the field today. But they were hitting us on those counterattacks, and that's something we need to figure out against the top 10 teams in the world. I mean,
Absolutely.
you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like Livakovic had a nice save. Sucic had a great save off the line that we'll talk about. But
I
but
mean
Chris,
that breakaway was a pretty clumsy situation. I mean, Livakovic should have done better. I don't know. It was just a little sloppy, you know. But I mean, listen, you're gonna have a couple mistakes in a game. I still don't know how we got beat on 2 headers for the goal either in the box, you know.
I mean,
But
nothing Gvardiol could do back there. Christian, you live in this age of Croatia can do no wrong on the international stage. The first time I ever saw you get disappointed was Euro 2024, Croatia, Italy, that last second goal. So are we back up to your standards? You were born in this century. We back up to your standards of Croatian football after that Czech win today?
I mean, I'm used to the success in the World Cup. Euro, we know how that went. But I haven't really seen us come into a qualifying matchup like this against a good team and play this well. I know we had it against Hungary and split a while ago, but that's Hungary. This is a whole different Czechia side. I couldn't be happier with how the boys played today. Following up a 7 goal performance with a 5 goal performance. I saw a lot of comments beforehand saying, "Oh, no way, Croatia's going to score 5 plus today. They never score 5 plus today. It doesn't matter the opponent." And they did it twice
Who
in the
against
span of two
Gibraltar?
days.
You mean against Gibraltar?
Yeah, and they did it twice in the span of 2 games. And I mean, for a team that's known for being defensive, sat back, all of that, I think most of us thought that we'd come into this game and probably win, but 2-1, 3-2, 1-0. But we blew them out of the water, and it could have been eight. It could have been eight. So.
The floodgates open this week. The thing is, hey, Gibraltar, are we ever going to lose to Gibraltar? Knock on wood. No. They kept us scoreless for half an hour, guys. I was frustrated for half an hour. But before going into the games, I know what my answer is. This is a clear answer for me. Zoric, who's the best Croatian player on this team today, June 2025?
I mean, in my opinion, I think over the 2 games it was Perisic. That's I mean, we talked about it a little bit before we came on. I mean, when Petty was out for that year, however long he didn't play, we were missing him a lot on the wing. And since now that he's come back, we even in those League of Nations game we saw some glimpses, but I mean this was like total domination these last 2 games. He was doing whatever he wanted out there, assisting, scoring. I mean, this guy's incredible. I honestly I doubted him also. I did not know or think he could come back to where he was before as a player. And I mean, you have to give him huge credit. I mean, his mentality, his work rate to be able to come back at this age from an ACL injury, it's very impressive. I
I
mean,
think
that just shows.
I think he's better. He's better now than he was 5 years ago. Like,
Listen, it shows the type of class player, and I'm very happy for him. I really am. I know he's second right now in the Croatia all-time scoring list after Shuket, and it's pretty funny. Krama's two behind him, so they have a fun little race going there.
yeah. I've said this for 10 years. Modric gets all the love. We know Modric gets all the love, Ballon d'Or, Real Madrid, whatever. We go as Perisic goes, and that showed in those 2 years that we didn't have him on the pitch running at players one on one. He gives us width. He whips in those balls in the box. Um, like he's back better than ever, and I think he's gonna retire with Modric next year in North America at the World Cup. I think he knows exactly how much is left in his gas tank, but I can argue he's been our best player for the past 5, 6 years, along with Modric. You know what I mean? Like Modric can't run this team. He's the engine. Perisic is the transmission. And look, he makes everyone better on this team.
Absolutely. I mean, it's hard to just you know uh, talk about how important he is because we see that when he's on the field, it's a totally different Croatia team. That's just the reality. And we have criticized Dalić for playing without wingers and without pure wingers. And I think obviously, we see with Perisic how important it is to have a guy that could take people on one. And we've been really, really missing that. Even I thought Marco Pasalic, as soon as he came on, he cut in and took a good shot. I mean, he's a natural winger. I know he's playing in MLS. He's doing well here. I'm very happy for him too. But he chooses to go with I don't know. He likes more of a like a midfield player, a guy that can go up and down, play both ways. Obviously, Marko Patric is going to be more of an offensive player. So I don't know if he does that because of the balance of the team, because it's less risky. But I mean, in the end, you have to give Dalic huge credit. The team that he chose, I mean, did very, very well. I mean, that's a must win. But today
I,
was,
I, I hope so, dude. I
I mean,
hope
we have to
so.
say today was the key one, if not the key match of the
Yeah.
group. It was very important to get that 6 points
Yeah, I,
in these
I
two
think if
games.
you do the math, I think if you do the math because it goes to goal differential, we're crushing on goal differential plus 11 already. We already beat the other best team in the group. We can technically on goal differential, I don't think Czech's gonna beat us now. We can lose to Czech in Czechia. They're gonna take some points off of Montenegro. We'll probably take 4 points off of Montenegro and you call it a day. Like today was, I think that if you look at the stats, it's 85% if we win today, and it's like 50%, 56% we qualify if we draw
Yeah,
today.
it's,
Today
and
was
it's
huge.
it's extra special for us because I mean the tournament's going to be here. It's going to be Modric's last World Cup. I mean, I was looking at the ages of our lineup today. You look at Krama, Budimir, Perisic, Modric. There's 4 guys over 34. I
Yeah,
mean,
our youngest goal scorer today was 33 years old, and we put five
that's
in the back of the net.
that's
So,
crazy. I mean, both of our attackers are 34 plus, and I mean, I think we have to give credit to both Budimir and Kramaric. They also played very good games today. Even though maybe Marcus doesn't agree with us.
Look. I wish Marcus was here right now. Marcus has been grilling you on the Budimir thing for what, like 2 years now?
Yeah, but
Why?
he doesn't realize that I'm the president of the Budimir fan club, and I have been since 2018.
7 years. I can vouch for you. I can vouch for you. And
I
look,
mean,
you're right. Zorić is right.
I mean, listen, he
paper.
doesn't play the most beautiful football. We know that, but he gets the job done, and that's why we need him there.
He's a
Yeah, and on
quality,
paper, he
strong
was a
number nine.
top 10 striker in the entire world this
I mean,
season. Real
that's
Madrid
incredible.
wants him.
That's incredible. I mean,
In La Liga.
you're talking about a guy that wasn't playing much in Italy, who I think Osasuna bought him for €1 million. I mean, think about the return on that investment, how many goals they got from him.
He was Ante Budimir. Ante Budimir was the third highest scoring striker in La Liga behind Mbappe and Lua this year.
I
Just
mean, that's
wrap your head
crazy.
around that.
That's nuts.
Wrap your head around that. That might be. I'm gonna be careful what I say
But
here. That's
just
just as amazing as Modric's.
but honestly, just think about if he played for a team like Atletico Madrid or one of these like top four teams, how many goals would he have scored?
He wouldn't be taking penalties then.
He listen, he'd be scoring 30 plus if he was playing for one of those top teams. You know how many more
He's
chances?
taking penalties. Half his goals were penalty. I think he had 6 or 7 from the penalty spot. Just throwing it out there.
Listen, I'm
Throw
just
it-
saying
Listen.
he would get more chances. He would get the guy is amazing in the air. I mean, his headers are yeah. He's a great finisher in the air.
But
And
he,
I mean, I have to say his penalty today was very nice as well, just like Modric's was. But they were both very good penalties.
I
And
mean,
Ante, to your point, as fans of the Croatian national team, we should remember that penalties are very important.
Yes,
So you cannot knock Budimir for that.
absolutely. He puts them
so
away.
I'm just saying, if he went to a Barcelona, Real Madrid, and Atletico, he would not be taking the penalty, so his goal count would go down. That's all.
Fair.
No,
That's all. A little bit, but he'll probably score more open goals, so we can debate that. Look, I want to go back. I want to go back to the wingers. Without Perisic, we played basically a 4-6-0 for what, 2 years, right? We had no wingers in sight after Euro 2020, after Rebic and Dalić got into it. We had absolutely no business. Now we have Perisic, a strong Perisic that's healthy on the left side. You cannot play. This is my only thing with Dalić. You can't play Mario Pasalic on the right. Play Marco, man. Play
well, listen. Mario did have the was it the
He scored a goal.
well, he also crossed that ball that led to a goal.
Yeah, that was a beautiful cross off the
Yeah,
top.
I mean he kept it in, and then we ended up header back and we scored, right?
Yep.
So I mean you can't listen. I'm a fan of Pashley. She's just not a winger. I like his game. I like
He's
I
a
like when he plays as behind the striker. He makes his runs are great behind, getting in between the lines. He's really good at that.
When will Dalić ever play him behind the striker in the cam role?
Well, I mean, today listen, Krama is the second striker.
I know.
So, I mean, that's basically where Pasalic kind of thrives, but he's got Pasalic there as almost another attacker, you know?
I just don't love him there. I just wish we had even half of Perisic on the right side, a true natural winger. And like you said, Marco, he's having a good season in Orlando. I know it's MLS, but he came in right away, cut on the inside, ripped a shot on goal. I'm happy with that. That's what we need more of.
He's a natural winger.
Twice.
He can take people on.
Yeah.
And that's what you want. You want a guy to be able to beat somebody one-on-one, and that's where the game opens up.
And talk about his cross to Perisic at the end of the Gibraltar game too, across the entire pitch. I mean, flowers to Perisic for finishing that, but that was a beautiful ball.
Perisic looked like he was playing FIFA this week.
Oh, I know. And you look at Perisic's track record, 2018 goal against England, goal against France, 2020 goal against Czechia, 2022 Japan, 2024 he's still doing it, 2025 like
I mean, the guy's incredible.
After
Yeah.
ACL surgery.
Listen. I know we're not talking about HNL, but if Perisic
There it
stayed at
is.
Hajduk,
There it
Hajduk-
is.
Listen, I'm just gonna say it. Hajduk wins the league plus 10 points. Easy.
All they did was need to keep him on board.
They
All
had
had to
it.
do.
They haven't won the league in 20 years, and they had it done this year. All they had to do
I
is
know.
just convince him to stay. Convince him. He's already there. Come on. Just give us 1 year. Just give us 1 year.
I mean if you put Perisic, Rakitic, Livaya on the same pitch in the HNL and the HNL, that's a super team.
It was
I
done.
mean, listen, Rakitic, I almost think Rakitic hurt Hajduk more than he helped. And I'll tell you why. Because he was always playing him and Krovinovic together, and then they're the same profile player. Like, those two cannot be on the same pitch together. They were missing Pukstas the whole year. I don't know why that guy didn't play him, but Very strange decision. That cost him the league.
Yeah, same as Modric and Kovačić, but we'll get to that in a second.
Just gonna
They
say
had
that.
they it was written for Hajduk this year. It was written, and all they did is have to get along. And where's Gattuso going to be next season? Not in Split.
No.
Just like that. Look at the turnover. It's crazy. It's crazy.
He should have been. I don't even know how he lasted the whole year because he should have been gone a long time ago. That's just
We're getting
that's the reality.
next
But
week.
if but
We're
if
gonna
if
do a
Hajduk picks up two more games, then he's the greatest Hajduk manager of the
Yeah,
20th
but
century.
listen, in the last 6 games, how many points did they win?
dude. They
What?
lost to
Oh yeah, one,
Varaždin.
four.
Guys, they choked. That's just what it comes down to. They had the league. They had it won.
We're gonna do in the next 2 weeks. We're gonna do a Hajduk pod hour,
That's
three
fine.
hours straight, just Hajduk.
That's fine. Listen, I'm still frustrated. Okay, I'm still frustrated from the end of the season.
But God, I gotta say Hajduk again. If you're in Torcida, you're a Hajdukovac, and you're watching Perisic, who you had on the team, score ripping goals against Juventus in Champions League knockout, you must just be going like, I am a many.
Oh, it hurts.
I
It
am
hurts.
a
It hurts.
But like,
And the sad thing is he can't even go back to Split and live like normally enjoy the summer now. Like he's gonna be yelled at, screamed at. Like it's a nightmare.
but that's what it is to be Croatian. So it is what it is.
I know. I feel bad for him, honestly.
Why? He's
I wish
so
I
much more
honestly wish
elevated
he
than
would have
that.
just stayed because he would have done the same thing that he did at PSV. He would have done the same thing in HNL.
Yeah, he would
And
have.
he would have been an absolute legend for bringing Hajduk a title after 20 years. Like
No,
it's just unfortunate. That's
he
all.
would have scored 15 goals in the league this year.
It's unfortunate.
I
But
know.
Yeah, and had
let's
15
move on.
assists.
Let's move on. I'm gonna stop. I'm starting to tear up here. Let's move on.
Like I'm a Croatia I'm an international guy. If it was up to me, the players have to be Croatian, the coach has to be Croatian, the water boy has to be Croatian. Like that's my thing. I want to just touch back on the strikers. Like I watched Spain, Portugal. I watched Nico Williams, Yamal, Leao on Portugal. Then you have your Brazils where you have Vinny and all these guys. Like these are guys that'll run at you. You know, your Mbappe's, blah 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 blah. These are guys that'll run at you. Perisic is one guy that'll run at you. We
Yeah.
we need someone on the other side to balance them out. That's all. Who's that?
Pasalic will run at you. Marko Pasalic will run at you, and he's gonna rip a shot. He rips it 10,000 miles per hour off of his left boot. I mean, I think he's the guy.
Coach
I
has
want
got
to
to
say
play
he's.
you. Coach
I
has got
want
to
to.
put you on the field.
Yeah, I would have started him
Can't
today.
score from the bench.
Only way we're gonna find out, guys, is if Dalić puts him as a starter to see what he can actually do. Because seeing him in the last 15, 20 minutes is just not enough. That's just the reality.
No, yeah, of
You need
course.
to see what this. You need to give him a whole half and see what he can do.
But if you look at his goal package dating back to when he was a young teenager to Rijeka to Orlando now, I mean, they're goals that completely flip the momentum because they come out of nowhere. You hit him 30 yards outside the box, he takes a few touches in and rips it top bit.
He's got a rocket on that left foot, man.
And a team like us who we struggle to find chances sometimes, we just knock the ball around. We need that guy who's just gonna take it. And
Yeah.
so what if he misses? We win a corner, you hit
Yeah.
the bar, you get a
No, I
deflection.
agree. I agree. I've been a proponent of the natural wingers for many years now. I don't like this having three central midfielders and central midfielders wide. Like it doesn't do anything for us.
Too
Yeah.
slow. It's too slow. But I'm gonna praise Dalić. I haven't praised Dalić for a long time, not just because results, but you got to play wingers on the left and right side. He's at least doing that. Yes, with Perisic, Mario Pasalic on the right side, whatever. He finally against the Czech Republic. Sorry, I'm calling them Czech Republic against Czechia. He finally played Kramaric as a supporting striker behind the number 9. And guess what? How many goals did Kramaric score today against Czechia?
Two, right?
2 goals. Played well because that's where he plays in his career. That's where he plays for Hoffenheim. And I remember Dalic a couple years ago goes, I'm going to play my players where I need to play them. End of story. I'm like, no. If I'm like a good winger, you're not going to put me 5'8" in goal, right? It doesn't make sense. Play people where their strong suit at. So I want you guys to tell me like coaches when we win, they don't get any love. The coaches only get hate when they lose. But where do you rank Dalic in his strategy with putting Kramaric there? Perisic is healthy, and then Kovačić is hurt. We'll talk about Kovačić in a second. But where do you rank Dalic's play this week in his strategy?
I mean, there are only two things that I would change about the entire week. I think Gibraltar, whoever restarted, it didn't matter. All we needed was a result. I would have liked to see Vušković there, and I also would have liked to see Vušković when we were up 3-1 or 4-1 or like in the 70th minute. I think that would have been fun and good for him too. And the only other change I would have made was putting Marko Pasalic on the wing instead of Mario. I love Mario as a super sub. He's proven time and time again against Spain, against Denmark in the Nations League that he can score off the bench. And you do need those guys. And I'm glad we have Ivanovic now to do that too. But outside of that, I don't think there's a single other change I'm making to
Listen,
any.
Mario Pasalic is an amazing utility player. You could put
Yeah.
him anywhere, and he's going to do a solid job. He's just not a winger. That's all.
He's your Kike Hernandez. He's the guy you
He
bring
can
up.
play any of the three midfield positions.
No?
He could play wide if you need him to. But before the issue was we would play Kramaric himself up top, and then you had Modric, Kova in the middle, and neither of them were supporting the striker. So you had like a huge gap there. And that was always the issue. But when you have Krama running off Budimir, it's a totally different scenario.
I also always wondered why when we had our trident, why Modric didn't play as a true 10. Because we didn't need him to be playing an 8 position when we
Well,
had
it's
Brozovic
almost
and
like they,
Kovačić
they
at the
had
back.
Kova up there, but he would naturally just like always come back for the ball.
Yeah, but
He
we could
didn't.
put
He
Modric
didn't.
up there.
And that's the good thing about even a guy like Luka Sucic. He gets between the lines. Like he finds that space between the defense and the midfield where Kova is always coming back for that ball and wanting to do those little touches. Occasionally he does that run where he beats somebody and makes some space, but he does not do a great job getting between the lines offensively. And then
Yeah,
when he
and
when he does get it, he doesn't have a shot. He has no shot outside the box, so he's not a threat in that way. But he can play a final pass. You
yeah,
know.
and to be fair to Kovo, he's very good at what he does, and he's very good at being kind of the mediator in the middle, but it just doesn't fit our system because we have too many guys who are just like that.
Yeah,
And
and we talked a little bit about Sucic in the midfield today. He did a great job. I mean, I feel like the balance was just there. It was just it worked. You know.
Well,
yeah,
listen,
this summer marks a new beginning for our midfield. We have Sucic going to Inter. We have Luka Sucic winning MVP at Sociedad, maybe on the trade block, who knows? And then you have Baturina suiting up to make a $25 million move. Those are three guys who are probably going to be starters in the future. And I think that this is great to have Modric with them and maybe have Kovačić sit out a few games to give them some run. I would have liked to see Baturina a little more, actually, too. But
Yeah.
listen, I think the look, unpopular opinion, and I get grilled for this, but I'm right, and you guys can all just suck it. But look, we played with the six with Brozovic for so long. He was that anchor CDM number six, and then we played with Modric and Kovačić as that trident eight for too long, and that takes away a true 10 role. Now what happened is Sucic played that six today, Modric played that eight, and who played that 10? Who can help the striker? Kramaric in his natural role, and look how much more fluid our offense looked. Here's my hot take. Here's my hot take for the week. While Modric is still on the field for our beloved Vatrani, Kovačić takes away from our team, and I'm gonna always stand by that. Kovačić is gonna be our midfielder when Modric retires. I'm fine with that, but you don't need to play them together. I've been saying this for 10 years now. We're a better team with Modric, but minus Kovačić.
Yeah, but once Kovacic is healthy, that he's gonna play. That's just what it is. It's a seniority thing.
Not if I was the coach.
Yeah, but I'm just that's just how
Of course, I know this.
that's how Dalić works.
I know, but then look, are you gonna play Sucic, Kovačić, Modric, try it in the middle then?
Honestly, it probably depends on the game because I remember like for different games, Dalić would have a different strategy. You know, they look at the weaknesses of their team. Analytics goes a lot now into football, so they look at where the weaknesses are, where they can maybe expose. But I mean, Kovacic, listen, he's a good player. He's a great player. He's played for big clubs. He's got a lot of experience now. But I don't know. I just think that we have better balance when he's not on the pitch. That's all.
I agree.
and you have to remember he's hardly an 8. He's a 6.5.
Because let's say you have Kovacic on the pitch now, right? And let's say he starts coming with Modric and Sucic, then one of those guys got to go that played
Yeah,
today.
then you take Pašalić off and you move
Hold on.
Kramaric to the right.
Let's say, yeah, exactly. So
He's not
now
a
you have
winger.
Kramaric to the right, and he's not a winger.
I
So then
know.
again,
We did this.
yeah,
We did
I
this for
know,
years. I hated it. You know
I
why?
know.
You have to look. I looked at analytics and all that bullshit, whatever. We're against good teams. You have to figure out a way to score 2 goals in a game. Two. That's the money. That's the money shot. You can't score a goal and win 1-0. You can't go behind 1 goal and then do all this. Like we got very lucky in infinite penalty kicks, but it shouldn't have gone that way for that many tournaments. That's a different debate. But we have to score goals, and we look good today. We look fluid and we look hungry, and that's what I
I don't
love.
know if you guys noticed that Perisic started on the right-hand side. Did you guys notice that?
But then he kept flipping anyways. He flipped to
It
the
wasn't working, and then they pushed him because I think the thought was to push Guardiola forward on the left and be that danger on the left side, right?
I'm
But it wasn't working, so then he switched Perisic to the left.
But he switched him quick though.
Yeah, it wasn't working. It wasn't. Yeah.
He switched him quick. But what?
I'm gonna
Go ahead,
I'm
Christian.
gonna leave this here, and don't grill me, but these are just the stats. And I know years have passed, but today we beat Czechia 5-1,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
61% possession, and we double them in passes. When we tied them in the Euro, Kovačić was starting, tied same amount of passes completed, and we lost the possession battle. We had 61% possession today without Kovačić on the field with a young Sučić. I love Kovačić. I think he's an amazing player. I love watching him play for City,
Are you
but
going back to Euro
yeah,
2020?
21. And I know it's a different team and everything, but
Because we played them Euro 2016 in France. That was the 2-2. That was
The flare incident.
the flare game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
talking about 2020
Yeah.
and wherever that was.
That was a draw. We drew them.
Yeah, we drew him 1-1 and we lost the possession battle. Today we scored
Perisic
5 goals.
scored that game too.
Yeah, Perisic had a beautiful goal that game. He
Yeah.
kept us in the Euro pretty much.
Look, I get grilled. I think I get grilled by the average fans that don't know what's going on around here. It's like we have to play with the true 10 or that supporting striker to Budimir, and who's a great supporting striker, Andre Kramaric. He looked so good today. He looked fluid. He looked like he was at home today. He's not a right winger. Don't play him there. I think Dalić is learning that he has to play with two wingers and that he knows he's never going to play a 3-5-2 again. Three in the back is gone. And you have to kind of figure out in world football, like our weakness is getting caught on counters. So it's like you need to we can't just play possession ball all the time. I think these big teams have figured out just hit us on the counter and there's nothing for us to do, and that's why we haven't been that great for the past couple of years.
Well, that's what I think. I mean, that's why you see us coming to the game so cautiously. Usually, I mean, today I felt like the first 10, Dalić told them, "Go fucking score." We're at home, go, and you could feel that, like we were pushing. Where usually it's very cautious first 10, 15 minutes, feeling each other out, and then usually we get scored on first, and then we got to come back, and then we start playing.
Always.
Then we start playing.
I know, but that's like, hey guys, we're down 1-0. It's the first minute. Go. Haydi igraj.
I mean, we see what we can do. Like, I would rather have us just go and score as many goals as possible, like we did today.
No.
We can do that, and we have a good enough defense to contain other teams. Usually, I mean, when you play against top teams, it's difficult because they have several attacking dangers. But
And
Is
and the
is
key to going far in international football is breaking teams, and that's something that we don't do because when we score, we sit back, but today we didn't. I mean, you see
yeah,
reach up on the top of the box when he doesn't have to be feeding Kravnic to make it 5-1. We broke Czechia today.
well, and
It was wide open.
that's one thing that I haven't seen from us is after scoring, like we kept pushing and kept trying to score. I was watching the game. We're up 4-1, and we're still pressing them in their own box. I'm like, this is what we need.
who got smarter though? Is that a Dalić thing? Going, look, we're better than this team. Go score 3 or 4 goals. Go.
Normally we'd go up 1 goal, and then we'd sit back and we let the other team come at us, and that was kind of the norm. But today I felt like we kept the possession, we kept pushing forward, and if we did that against France in the League of Nations, maybe we scored 3 or 4 against them and split.
Yeah, and we kept the possession while also putting 11 shots on target. I feel like 11 shots on target is not pretty common for us. And
That's a lot.
It's a lot. Yeah.
I'm glad we didn't get past France. I know people are gonna hate me for that, but I'm glad we got this group for World Cup qualifying because if we beat France, we're not beating Spain. No chance in the Nations League semifinals. Agree or disagree, guys?
I mean, Spain would definitely be the favorite, but yeah.
You're running for office, my friend. You're running for office. Spain. Look, I mean, I know Portugal won it in penalty kicks, but this Spain team is wild, and they're playing with basically two teenagers on their wings, which is amazing. Two world-class teenagers. Like that's unreal.
Oh, Spain is spoiled right now. I could talk about that team all day long. I hate playing them, but I love watching them.
Yeah,
To your point, for the record, you put us against a good team, you never know what's going to happen. But
Yep, it's
I
true.
do like this group. I do like this
It's
group.
true. Croatia can beat the best, and we can lose to the worst.
Yeah, we
That's
played our we played
depends
our
on the
opponent's level
day.
most of the time.
Spain's
Depends on
been
the
our
day.
Spain's been our daddy. We beat them in group stage at 2016 in Bordeaux. We were there, Zorić. Besides that, it's been Spain, 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 Spain.
Until we had Tin Jedvaj on that magical night in Zagreb.
The two goals, I remember that.
Oh, the 4-3 game at Maxi
That was a League of Nations, right?
Nations
Yep, League of
League
Nations. Yep.
group stage game. I'm talking about tournament ball. I'm talking about tournament ball. Look, this is my thing. I need to protect our World Cup. This is the North American World Cup. Canada, US, Mexico. Get us in there. I know bullshit. I don't want to deal with Ukraine. I don't want to deal with Azerbaijan. I don't give us this group. We won today. That's huge. I don't care about a Nations League semifinal. Get us to the promised land. Rest our guys. Rest Modric, Perisic, Budimir, all those guys. That's all I give a shit about. That's all Ante Kvartuć cares about. I don't care about Nations League.
Yep, I agree.
Okay? This
It's
is
gonna
it.
be. I mean, these two games were, like I said, a statement game, and if we can continue and finish first, I mean, it's gonna be exciting to see what we could bring in the World Cup with this team. We have
And
a very good defense, in my opinion.
and
Like,
it's hard to believe, but we gained some international recognition today too. I mean, we had Perisic player of the round, 7-0 victory, then a 5-1 victory, while teams like Belgium, Italy are struggling. I mean, this kind of puts us on the map, and I saw on I don't really know how it works, but the coefficient thing, I think we bumped over Italy for number 10, and we need to be in the
We're at
top
11
nine.
right now, I believe.
I believe we bumped up to number, I want to say number 10.
10. 10. I
Yeah.
saw that. Yeah,
And
we
we need to
jumped
be
over
in the
Italy.
top nine to be a pot one team, and now the odds are heavily in our favor
That's
to be
No,
a
great.
pot one
there's
team.
gonna be 12 groups of four.
Yeah.
So top 12. No, well, US, Mexico, Canada, I think we'll get seeds.
Yeah, exactly.
I still don't know why they expanded to 48. Like how, I
I'm so
mean,
mad that they expanded Euro from 16 to 24.
it's in my opinion, it was perfect the way it was. 32,
No.
two teams go through, you go to 16. It just made sense. I mean, what are we going to do in two World Cups? We're going to have 72 teams. It's like it's getting crazy, you
How,
know.
do you guys know how it's working with the 48 teams? Are we doing top two advanced plus a few third
Plus
place?
some
Yeah.
third place teams,
Go
yeah.
to a round of 32.
So you might see teams like Tunisia or like Senegal or
Just
playing in the round of
yeah,
16.
it's weird, man. I don't like it. I don't like it so watered down.
Are we shocked? Are we shocked by this?
Nope.
I mean, we're
Saudi
not shocked.
Arabia got the 2034 World Cup. Are we shocked by that anymore?
We're
Qatar,
not nobody's shocked.
the Wild Wild West, it's all bullshit. Like give Australia a World Cup.
And the Europeans are probably just as pissed that the United States and Canada are getting a World Cup. Like, come on.
We're due
I see
one.
Mexico. I
We're
think
due.
that's super fun.
We're due one. You know where everyone's pissed? I was watching Sky the other day. They're like another World Cup where we can't go and drink beer. Thanks, everybody. Really, really appreciate it. It's gonna be a great fan experience. You know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah,
part
it's
of
pretty
it.
bad. I mean, giving those are not real football countries, and you're giving them two within what, four World Cups?
It's such bullshit. It's
Yeah,
such an eye roll. It's such
I
a,
know. I
it's such an
know.
obvious eye roll.
It is.
Such an obvious eye roll. But I
What
mean,
are you
look,
gonna do? Listen, as long as Croatia's there, we're gonna cheer for them and hope they do the best. And
I'm I'm actually pumped for this team because we have a real point man. This is the first point man striker that we had since Mandzukic has left. Can we agree on that?
Yep.
I feel like we also have a good mix of youth and experience right now too.
Look at our back line. We've Šutalo, Gvardiol, Stanisic. I mean, those are all young players
Young
with
guys,
futures
yeah.
ahead.
Yep.
They're not even near their peaks yet.
No, no, our backline's very young.
And I almost want to say that our back nine skill-wise is better than it was in 2018. Obviously not in terms of veteran
Listen,
status and experience.
Vida was never skillful with the ball.
No, and
He was a hard worker. He was a good defender, but with the ball, no.
yeah, but you look at like Ivan Strinic too. Like he was a magician in the World Cup, but can you name one thing he did with his club? No.
I mean, he was good with Hajduk. He went to
Dynamo
Ukraine
Kiev.
for a while. Then he came to Napoli. I mean, the guy didn't have a great career, but he was the best left back that we had.
Oh, and he was like he was
He was
amazing.
phenomenal in the World Cup. He
He
was
was
great.
perfect.
Yeah.
That
I mean, a lot of people were saying that he shouldn't start, but listen, Dalić went with him and it paid off.
Hmm.
we went to the World Cup final with Lovren and Vida as our center backs. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you would have told me that in 2016,
Listen,
That has to be.
Lovren had an amazing World Cup.
Oh
Amazing.
yeah.
you won a
That was
Champions League with
yeah.
Liverpool.
He was moving at that point in his career, man. He was playing good for Liverpool those
Yeah.
few years, calling himself the best center back in the world. He had a little bit of a reason to say that.
No,
Look,
Lovren had a good career. I mean, he had some unfortunate bloopers at Liverpool, but overall, I mean, you look at his the teams that he played for and what he did with the national team. He had a great career.
Oh yeah, phenomenal,
you know,
phenomenal.
I mean, all of our guys have like Croatians are a commodity on the world footballing market. We know that. But like you guys are talking about 2018 right now, and it's like it doesn't matter if you have subpar players or average players. Like, look, we've all played competitive sports at different levels. Momentum in a locker room and momentum with the team is a real thing. And I think we're catching real momentum right now, and that's why this game today against Czechia was a big deal. People know it's Perisic's last song.
Yeah.
It's Modric's last song. And I think we have the right components. At least people are playing in the right spots. And I think once we qualify, depending on the group and everything, there's going to be a lot of emotion with it. And I think the US is going to, it's a sexy World Cup because people will come from Europe, right? It's the US,
Yeah,
whether you're in New York or, Miami or LA or whatever it is. I think the Croatians will come out for it. And it's like I've said this from 3 years for 3 years. Christian, you were with me at the Rose Bowl 3 years ago, and I'm like, Modric, see you back in LA in 2026, and he goes,
that was pretty amazing that you called that out because I would have said first like 99%. There's no way.
he said, I go, hey, ima chance,
Pretty great. It's pretty crazy.
Oh,
So
but it wasn't just what he said. It was his body language, the way he kind of smirked. Like we walked out of the Rose Bowl and we knew he was playing in 2026.
he's
I haven't doubted
special.
that he was going to play in 2026 since that moment.
That was a great interview. Classic.
If you even want to call it, that was a run and gun like to the bus. Like that was you don't get time with
And
him.
that's really cool. I mean, you got to give him credit. That's really cool that he stopped.
He's magic. That's what I was gonna say. He's magical because he's not just a football player. He knows who he is, and he made time with all the kids that ran onto Opus today, taking pictures. Like
Yeah.
he's wringing out every drop out of his rag right now, and I think there's something to be said for his
Yeah, I'm wondering. I mean, we're all wondering what his next step is going to be. It's going to be interesting to see what his
Milan.
move is. Is it going to
Milan
be
for a year.
Europe? Is it going to be MLS? I know David Beckham's been trying to get into Miami.
I thought Milan just about they're gonna announce it this week.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I mean Milan's what? Their president traveled to Osijek to go
listen,
in.
guys. Until he
Yeah.
signs, it's all rumors. I've learned this a long time ago. Until you see that guy holding the shirt in the press conference, it's all talk. So
I'd bet you want to bet a six-pack of Spaten?
Vrime,
I think Milan's done deal.
we'll see. We'll
What do you
see.
think?
he's going to
Zorić,
Heidelberg.
which jersey does he put on in a month's time? What's your
I don't
prediction?
know. If it was a done deal, he would have said, "I'm going to Milan." Why didn't he say it?
Because he's with the Croatian team. Because he's with the Croatian team. He has too much. He doesn't want him to be to distract
He,
him.
he could have said. He could have said, "I made my decision. I'll announce it later," but he didn't. So
But if
I
he-
think,
He's also
Cards are
he also
open.
has the Club World Cup ahead of him. He still has a few more games with Madrid.
yeah, he does.
What's this? It's 32 teams, Club World Cup.
Well, the first place team gets a lot of money. Like they're trying to make this a big deal.
I know, but Barcelona's not playing in it.
Why? Why not?
You tell me. I don't know. How do you not have?
I don't know. Listen,
Correct
I
me if I'm
haven't
wrong. Check
been.
it out. Christian, you're my Tony Reali. Check. I don't think Barcelona's playing in it.
Yeah, let me double check.
Let's check the teams. Why wouldn't they? Maybe did they win anything last year?
Yeah,
Maybe.
they won the Liga. They won the
La
Liga.
Liga.
So why wouldn't they be here then?
They finished. They went to the semis of Champions League.
Yeah, they're not there. Meanwhile, you have Dortmund,
Atletico. I know Atletico
Chelsea.
Madrid. Atletico Madrid is.
Real.
Yeah, Atletico is there. Real is there.
Zorić, this Club World Cup that will not have Barcelona in it.
That's
Yeah,
weird.
and then you have the Seattle Sounders. Imagine Seattle Sounders beats PSG for the Club World Cup in 2025. Yay.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know.
What am I missing? See, you guys didn't even know that. I saw that.
I did not honestly. I didn't know that Barcelona wasn't in it. I don't know what the qualifications are.
Okay, Google AI is telling me they failed to meet tournament qualification criteria. Their performance in the UEFA Champions League between 2021 and 24 was insufficient to secure a spot, and they
Wow.
didn't rank high enough in the UEFA club coefficient. Additionally, FIFA's rule limiting each country to two reps. Okay, yeah, so they took Real and Atletico because of their
Interesting.
coefficient, which is insane given the season that
Well
Barca
done.
Yeah, how do you not take
Well
Real
done.
and Barca? That makes no sense.
Well done, guys. Well, I'm gonna go watch Al Jihad and Pachuca play at the Rose Bowl. Awesome. I can't wait. Can't wait. Can't wait.
Uh,
Look, guys, I think today was a big game because it would if we tied or lost, you know how the boards go. Disaster fire, Dalić, game over, whatever. We played with offensive prowess. I think we're gonna go in with good juju. We have Faroe Islands and Crna Gora in Montenegro in September.
we got to take those 6 points and secure the group. That's it.
Secure the group, and then you could play your young guys in November. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. But I think, like I said, momentum's a real thing. Remember that summer of 2018, that winter of 2022. It's like,
Gary,
yeah, just kind of
Gary.
like fucking, like the Albanian, the Italy game, where we all feel we don't say it, but we just like, God damn it, just kick the fucking ball into the 50th row.
But was there even when Czechia scored today, did you I didn't feel worried like I normally do. I kind of had a feeling that we were gonna come back. I mean, we were playing
I mean,
way
my
we were
mind
not playing
started.
that.
My mind already started going. Well, even if we tie 1-1, I mean, it's we. You
Thing.
know, like you start thinking things. But I
You
mean,
start thinking things.
literally 2 minutes after Budimir got fouled, we got the penalty, and then we're back on track. And it was great to see us just turn on that switch. Let's go get the goal right away. You
Hey,
know,
I'm sorry, we should have had one or two penalties in the first
Oh,
half.
I was
That
just gonna say.
refereeing was dog shit at best.
I
well, I mean,
mean,
it's also the VAR room, right? Like Pasalic, I think what that was questionable. Maybe he got pushed in the box on that cross. Like,
Yeah, he picked the guy offside or something like that. But
that was an unbelievable call. Unbelievable.
I like when Guardiola scores. It makes me feel good about myself when he scores. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. I mean, Gvardiol, pound for pound, is our best player, and we're not talking enough about him because we haven't had to,
Who's our best
obviously.
who's our best player on paper today? Take age out of the equation.
hey,
Gvardiol,
I mean, we
easily.
have to. We didn't mention that Modric just did. I mean, that was magic.
Oh,
He waited and waited.
I
And
mean, that was. I had to watch it like 5 times. Like, how did he?
he looked Brazilian on that play. He just went,
and
there you
I mean,
go.
it was a
he
great run from
stopped.
Kramer, but I mean, just the timing of the pass was
No,
just
but
perfect.
when he was making that turn, it was like he was drawing up the play in his head before it happened. It was like he's a
He was
football
like looking at
headset on.
Perisic, and all of a sudden, Kramaric has the ball. I'm like, how?
I know. But
He
also, I mean, we don't also talk enough about how good of a finisher Kramaric has been for us. Like,
I
I
mean,
know he gets
that
some
was
slack. He's so
you,
good for us. He is so good for
you
us.
have to give him huge credit. I mean, the timing of the run was perfect, but Modric just executed that. I mean,
Yeah.
Let's
you
kiss.
can't play a better pass.
How Look, we'll bitch and moan when we tie or lose. We're happy when we win. How lucky are we, the three of us and every other Croatian on planet Earth, that Modric is 39, Perisic is 36, that we get to see these guys this late in their career. They should have retired in 2018 and called it. And we still get these magical moments from them. Like good for them and good for us. Like everyone wins on this one.
I saw some stat today that Modric's debut was in 2006 and Vuskovic was born in 2007.
He's the first player to debut for Croatia since that wasn't born when Luka Modric.
That's just crazy that Modric played for Croatia before this guy was born.
Isn't that nuts?
It's hard to comprehend.
2005. And then like these young guys, when let's say they're in New York or Miami, wherever in the locker room, and you have Vuskovic will come to we'll talk about Vuskovic in a second. We haven't given him enough love. And you're the Sucic cousins, your Baturina, your Ivanovic. You know that you're in the locker room for Perisic's and Modric's last tournament. You think you're not running through walls for them when you're on the pitch?
You're going to give 110, 120%. You're going to give everything, you know? And that's what, I don't know. I just feel like when our national team gets together, I honestly think like they all look forward to getting together and hanging out. Where other teams, the club is first.
Yeah.
And that's part of the reason why I think that we've had the results that we have because of that bond that the team has.
I don't think there are any signs of bad blood on this roster right now. And I think you could kind of feel it after World Cup 2018, but I don't feel any bad blood between any of these guys. And they know their place. A lot of these guys know their place.
Yeah. No, I think Dalić has done a great job. I mean, I think the team morale is great. I think the energy is great. I'm really looking forward to seeing how we finish qualifying and obviously how we're gonna look in the World Cup. You know, it's exciting.
Look, can we agree that we'll beat Gibraltar one more time? We'll beat the Faroe Islands, but Hajduk played a club from the Faroe Islands and they didn't do too great.
Andre, why you gotta go there, man?
It was brutal.
Not nice.
Marcus,
Brutal.
Marcus,
We said we were going past Hajduk.
I know. It was a Faroe Islands reference. There's only
was
so many things I can connect with the Faroe Islands.
What kind of Dalmatians are you, man?
that was such a Marcus
Bad
line.
Dalmatina. It's a bad one.
Such a Marcus line right there.
Oh, I can't wait to bring Marcus on so you guys can just Budimir it up. What's his issue on why does he not like Budimir?
I don't know, man. Ask him. He wanted him off at the half. You gotta ask him.
I mean, he says that he doesn't play pretty football, but that's kind of part of knowing your role is you just sit there and you tap it in. Just like in hockey, you sit in front of the crease and you tap pucks in.
He's
You don't need to
he's
be the
that,
prettiest player to score.
yeah. He's our bruiser. He's our aerial Ivica Olic.
Was okay, I'm not comparing Budimir to Mandzukic by any means, but was Mandzukic a pretty football player? No, not really.
No, he wasn't great technically. Mandzukic misplaced a lot of passes.
I mean, he was a little bit acrobatic, but he wasn't gonna dribble three
No,
guys.
he wasn't a very skillful player. But I mean the pressing and the fighting and I mean the guy all around was an amazing player. And that's why he played for, Bayern, Atletico Madrid, Juventus. I mean, you don't just get to those clubs because you're talented. You get to those clubs because you're a great player. And I know that
Let me call Jordan Pickford and see what he thinks about Mandzukic right now. Yeah, yeah. He scored that one with his foot, not with his head. He scored that one with his foot to put us in the World Cup final. Zorić, God damn it, you were there. You said what that week besides getting married and your kids.
besides meeting my wife, it was. I mean, obviously, and my children. I mean, it's unforgettable. I mean, walking around Moscow, knowing that you're in a World Cup final, that you have a chance to win a World Cup. I mean, it was incredible. Just that feeling.
I mean, it's the greatest achievement in all of sports, and we had Domagoj Vida and Mario Mandzukic propel us there. So
It
how
was
lucky are we? How
it
lucky
was
are
an amazing. I mean, that game against England was incredible. To be at that game and to watch us come back from being down and to win in overtime. You got to remember. I think it was Pivaric that had the assist to
Yep.
Mandzukic. I
Yep.
mean,
He subbed in for Strinic. Yeah.
yeah,
Josip Pivarić, yeah.
Josip Pivaric.
Everyone, but when I talked to Shukat a few times a few years ago, and I never understood this, I was like, yeah, that's kind of a lazy response. He goes, to win a tournament, to win a Champions League, to win a World Cup, a Euro, there is 10% luck. Some stuff has to go your way as opposed to going away from it. And that tournament, things went our way. Penalty kick shootouts.
I
Our
mean,
subs played
except
well.
for the referee in the final, but that's not luck. That's like that's something else.
Well,
That's politics. Yeah,
that's Vegas bookie politics right there. But for another day. But
yeah.
look, guys, look, we never get together on these calls where everyone's happy. I think this is the first time ever.
Well, I mean, how are you not going to be happy when you score 12 goals in 2 games? I mean, you're going to be happy.
Oh,
I can wait.
dude, every single comment you see flooding in right now is just joy, and I love days like this. This is why we're here. This is what we do it for.
The thing is, we have to keep it going. Something dumb happens and you lose to Crna or something like that. Then it all just wipes away just like
That's
that.
it. You're only as good as your last game. That's just the reality, you know?
But Dalić said it best at the press conference today. He's like, "Oh, you guys are all happy with the result and everything. I don't get any praise. The players get the praise. But if we lose, you guys all come and blame me, don't you?" And it's like, no,
That's the job.
it's the truth. But I mean, look, this is definitely his last tournament. Yes, I mean his
I think
contract
so.
will
Yeah,
go
I think he'll be moving on with Modric and Perisic, and
Who else? Does Kraman and Budimir, are they done as well?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, they're 34. If they really want to push, they could play one more tournament. You know, we'll see. I think Perisic and Modric are retiring. That's my opinion.
I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't, especially if we make it out of the group.
Unless Perisic wants to chase that Shuket record, you know?
Mm.
Question for both. Hot take question.
Yeah.
What are the chances? Give me the number percentage chance that Modric plays past the World Cup for us.
Listen, I mean, he's not that far from the 200 caps, right? He's really not that far. So, I
So
mean,
it's not
I
zero.
honestly, I
Not
thought he
zero.
would retire after 2018, and that was 7 years ago, and he's still playing. So,
Are we counting a Nations League cap in Zagreb just as like a goodbye? Or are we
Who?
counting he
No,
competes?
a full campaign. Oh, I see what you're saying. They probably will do that as a goodbye in Zagreb or something.
how many caps is he at right now?
I think he's at 175, 180.
Because I mean, how many more games do we have in qualifying? Another what, five, six? I don't even know.
We have six more.
Okay, and then the World Cup, that's
Plus
another.
friendlies. We'll have two friendlies.
He
Yeah.
is 188.
Ooh.
He could get there with the World Cup.
He'd have
Wow.
to make that. He'd have to make like the round of 16, I think.
I'd love to see him to get to 200, honestly.
No, 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 no. He does not need to make a round of 16.
Yeah, look, six more, six more.
We're
This
gonna
year.
play after the qualifying. We're gonna play a
Oh
few
yeah.
friendlies also.
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
if only we beat France and played some more Nations League games on it. Maybe
We'll
he did.
see. With Modric, you just don't know because I feel like as long as he feels good, I think he's gonna be playing for Croatia.
What if he goes to Milan and he starts because they just sold one of their best midfielders, I want to say, to Man City. What if he
Uh-huh.
starts, plays great, and Milan does a Madrid and signs him to another year? Then why wouldn't he play?
Yeah.
We all thought that Madrid was going to stop signing him in what, 2021, 22?
4 years ago,
Which is 1 year, 1 year, 1 year, 1 year. And now look at where he is.
he scored the best goal of his Real Madrid career. Was that chest half volley from 30 yards out? That happened 4 months ago.
It's
Guy,
beautiful.
the pass today, that pass, like
That's a
like
pass.
five star.
That's a pass that ordinary players don't make. And
No.
that's
Listen,
just
guys, we're talking about the most trophied player at the biggest club in the world. We're not talking about a regular player. This guy is special.
yeah. I often wonder when thinking about my favorite players and teams how people and bystanders view them, and I almost think that because we look so closely at Modric, we almost underappreciate his Madrid career and everything that he did for them.
It'll be sad when he goes, "Hey, this is my last tournament." Like I'll definitely tear up because we're so close in age, and like that's when I started the website, and like he was our talisman, and like it's definitely the end of an era. But I knew he was special the first time we went to Rose Bowls, Real Madrid AC Milan or something like that in the friendly, where these Latino guys had Croatian, Czech, or Modric, and I'm like,
Yep.
that's something you don't see. Only Croatians wear checkers. You're in that Los Angeles, 100,000 people at the Rose Bowl, and you have these dudes that for Real Madrid wearing checkers. That's special.
You had non-Croatian 6-year-olds with signs in Croatian asking him for his dress, asking him for a picture. I mean, I was like looking at that and I was like, you've got to be kidding me. That's
Listen, those kids are smart. They saw what works. Those are opportunists.
true. True. It's all business.
What do you know about signatures and game worn jerseys, Zorić?
Oh man,
You got a few behind you.
I've got a few. I've got a few.
You got a great collection. All right, look, hey, I don't say this a lot, but the consensus, we're all happy. Plus 11 goal differential, 2 wins, one against Czechia. They go into the summer break. They're all going to be ripping cigarettes on the Stradun and next week, and good for them, good for us. But Christian, Zorić, closing remarks.
Christian, go ahead, bud.
I mean, I'm so happy after these two games. When is it that you get to see the Vatrini score 12 goals in 2 games? You know how much I love these players. I know how much you love these players. I mean, it's just great to see your favorite players score and assist each other, and you just got to soak in these moments, man. We're only gonna have Modric for so long on the pitch. Hopefully he becomes a coach or a part of the Savas afterwards, but you just got to soak it in and enjoy it. I know it's just Czechia, I know it's just Gibraltar when we're talking footy, but you just got to soak it in and enjoy it and smile and yeah, Perisic, Modric, all the old guys. It's a good way to go out the way that they're playing right now, and I hope that this continues throughout the World Cup. So yeah.
Zorić, always opinionated on to
I
Zorić.
think I think this podcast has been long overdue, my friend.
We can do one every week if you want.
Oh yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
I mean, we should at least do them after the Croatia games.
All right, see you guys in September. See you guys in September.
But
Look,
we
guys,
should do one about the HNL though.
Oh yeah.
am I
Yeah, I
allowed to
mean
say
that's.
the H word?
I mean,
Or
we have to give the Rijeka a huge credit for having smaller budgets than both Dinamo and Hajduk and winning 2 trophies. So congrats
well,
to Rijeka.
Piazza sold Marko Pašalić
They sold Ivanovic,
They
a year
sold that
ago.
defender Galasic, I think, to Dinamo as well.
Kalašić,
So
and
they
like and
lost
and they
several key
just
players.
kept pumping players who were producing. I mean, we didn't even get a chance to talk about Tony Fruk, which I'm sure we will next episode when we talk about the
Yeah, I
HNL.
mean, hopefully we'll get to see him.
Let's
Yeah.
do an H&L episode, HNL episode. Who we bringing on, Christian? You got a wild card up your sleeve.
Yeah, yeah, we're gonna be bringing on Croatian footy, Croatian football on Twitter.
Hmm.
Super, super great page. If you're not following,
Where
give
is
him
he?
a follow.
Zagreb?
I want to say Split. All right, now somewhere in Croatia.
Oh, he'll be he'll
But
be he'll be with
super cool guy,
he'll be with
great
good
football
company on that.
knowledge.
Bring him on. Bring him on. We'll do a Hajduk show. It'll be called Hajduk.
Oh yeah, I'm excited. I'm
We'll go an hour
excited.
and a
We've been in
half.
contact.
We'll bring we'll bring Marcus on. Well, it'll be a Saturday night show. It'll be a good time. But all right, guys, let's get out of here. Christian, always a pleasure. Zoric, always a pleasure. Apologies, we didn't have additional time for Marcus and Ante Budimir, but we'll do better next time, guys. A great week for Croatian football. 2 huge wins, Gibraltar, Czechia. And everyone out there, have a great summer break if you're going back to the Domovina. And we'll see you guys soon for the Hajduk episode, right,
Let's
Zoric?
do it. All right, guys. Good
Bring
night. It
your
was
bring your
fun.
popcorn for that one.
All right, guys. We'll do better next time. Adios.